Hey there gamers, what's going on? Fantica with 100% Gaming, and welcome back to a brand new Grand Theft Auto Online video. Today guys, we're going back to my Broke to Rich series, where I'm teaching you guys how to get from $0 to millions. Guys, that's right, 0 to millions. You guys already have about $1 million. You've gone and bought the apartment if you followed my previous guide, linked down in the description below, and you are ready to start doing heists. Now I'm going to make this clear for now, this isn't a solo method guys. To do this you're going to need to play with other people, or if you have other friends that are willing to play with you, or they're just starting just like you, guys, this is the perfect way to make money as a group. Now the reason that we're doing these specific heists instead of the other ones is they're really cheap to set up. All you need is the first $200,000. That buys you the cheapest apartment, the cheapest high-end apartment that we need to start the heists. And as a little added bonus, Lester actually covers the first cost of you starting your first heist. So there guys, you only need a little bit of money. From there, you start going through the heists. They are really challenging, especially if you don't actually have a team of friends, you know, on Discord or chatting to each other. There are some really tough missions, but guys, I've done it without voice communications before, so don't worry about that. If you do get stuck on a mission, there are plenty of guides out there to show you exactly what to do. Now, once you have a high-end apartment, you will get a message from Lester to start doing the heist. Guys, to start them, simply all you need to do is go to the heist room in your high-end apartment and start doing the heist from there. It's a really simple process. You go to the heist planning board, you start the heist, and you work through them. Now there are 5 heists in total. There are some really challenging ones, such as the second one. So guys, if you can actually make it through the second heist, the prison break, you're going to have no problems getting through all of the other missions in the list. Now, once you have completed all 5 heists, you are free to replay other ones that you want. Now they do have an initial setup cost, and when you complete a mission, the players that help you will actually get a nice payout. However, on the flip side, you don't get that payout. So when it comes to the final mission, where you have to divvy up the percentages of whatever the amount of money everyone gets, you should always make sure that your amount equals theirs at the planning screen, plus the initial setup cost, plus all the money that they got from helping you during the missions. So for example, when doing the first heist, it requires 2 people. Generally, you're going to be wanting to take 60% of the cut if you're the host, and 40% if you're just a helper. Alrighty, so after you've completed all the heists and you're planning on repeating some of them, there are 2 that I would suggest you doing over and over and over again. The first one is going to be Fleece a Job. The reason is it's really simple heist. You only have to do 2 missions and then you do the heist and you get 60k for that. The other one is the Pacific Standard Job. Now this one is a little bit harder, there is more setup, but it does pay out $1.25 million. So it is quite a nice amount for 6 missions. So you might be saying to yourself right now, gee Fantica, this seems like a really easy way to make money. And right about that sir, you are. However, before we jump into it guys, there are some real crucial critical points that we have to talk about before you actually start completing the heist. These are just little tips and tricks that will make it easier for you to complete that you might not already know. Alright guys, so before we begin the heist, there are a few preparations that we need to make. You don't actually have to do any of these things, but I seriously highly recommend it as it makes it so much easier. The first thing you need to do guys is come down to a clothing store. You can go to any clothing store, this is just my local one here, Poison Bees. Now once you're in here guys, we need to make our way down to the tops, and we want to go all the way down to the bottom and go to utility vests. Now from here, we want to come down and into the black heavy utility vests. Now you can also get the grey one, it doesn't matter. But you'll see here guys, there's all these different versions. There's the light armor, there's the stealth vest. Guys, none of them do what the black heavy utility vest does, or the grey heavy utility vest. And basically what they do is they just reduce the damage that you're going to be taking while in the heist. It doesn't work outside of the heist, it doesn't work in any other mission, it's just solely within these heists that you'll be completing to get a little bit of extra money. Now you can either buy it that way, or you can come around to the teller here, and you can actually buy a bunch of different outfits. We want to come down to the heist heavy combat here, and as you can see, it is a bunch of different outfits with different heavy armors available. Now, as you can see, it gives you pants, gloves, boots. This one gives you glasses and a utility vest. Guys, none of them actually reduce damage. It's just all for looks. As long as you have the utility vest, that's where you're going to get your damage reduction from. Alright guys, and there's actually another bulletproof item that we can actually grab, and it is a bulletproof helmet. So come over to the hats here. It doesn't actually have a hat on display, you just sort of have to walk around, find where it is, and you're going to come down to bulletproof helmets. Now there are different variants. They do cost about $20,000 each, so all up guys, it's going to be a total of $40,000. You should have it if you followed my other guide. You should have about $100,000 after buying your apartment, so you should have heaps of money. Now I've just gone with the black one, it's a nice stock one, I quite like it. Alright guys, so after you're all done, you should look something like this. I've got the bulletproof helmet on, that reduces bullets taken to the head. I've got my utility vest on, that reduces bullets taken to the chest. Now as you see, I'm actually running at a normal pace here. When you get into the heist, this arm will actually make you run a little bit slower. So when you're doing the heist, if you're actually running, pressing spacebar, you do this little leap, that's actually quicker for you to run in that method. Guys, again, once you're in the heist, you actually run a little bit slower using this vest. Now a little trick is you can actually put on different t-shirts and stuff underneath this vest here. So we're just going to go t-shirts, there you go. As you can see, the colour is changing underneath, guys. It's up to you if you want to do that. As well, if you go down to the mask store, you can actually get some different masks that fit underneath the bulletproof helmet. Alright guys, so the third thing you need to do to prepare for the heist is to get yourself some body armor and some snacks. Now, body armor you can buy from any ammunition, and it depends on what level you are as to what armor you can actually buy. So as you can see here, I can buy the super heavy armor. I've got 8 out of 10, so I'm going to keep buying some, $500 each. As you can see now, it's saying that my armor is full. Now, a quick little handy tip, this both goes for armor and snacks. If you go to your interaction menu, you come down to inventory, and as you can see here, we can actually apply our armor. So guys, once your armor wears out, it's the little blue bar at the bottom underneath your mini-map there next to your health. Once that runs out guys, you can actually equip more armor during the heist, and this really helps. Same thing goes for snacks guys. If you're undercover, your health will regenerate to half health, but you know, if you want a little bit more extra health guys, pick up some snacks, munch them down when you're undercover, and you'll be back to full health, back to full armor, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Now, in order to get yourself some snacks, you do need to go to a grocery store. There are plenty around. They do cost a little bit of money, but guys, yeah, go to the 7-Eleven or whatever it is, you know, it doesn't matter. Go to the grocery store, talk to the teller, buy all of the different snacks. There's a heap of them, guys. You don't need to worry about the beer, you don't need to worry about the smokes, but P's and Q's, ego chasers, that sort of thing, guys, you want to pick them up. They regenerate your health once eaten. You also eat them a lot quicker when you're uncover. If you're not using cover, you eat really slowly. So yeah, guys, quick tip there. Make sure you're undercover when you're eating, you know, pressing Q against a wall. Or, guys, you can actually get snacks for free if you have the CEO office. But if you're a beginner, you guys aren't going to have the CEO office, and you can just go and talk to your receptionist there, and they offer snacks for free. Alright guys, so when launching a heist or a setup mission, make sure you always set the difficulty to hard. As you can see here, you get 1.25 times RP and cash. Seriously guys, in the long run, this really stacks up. Now, heist clothing, you want to go player saved outfits, and you actually want to have your heist gear equipped. Currently, I do not have that, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Now, we always want to purchase super heavy armor or the highest armor that you can purchase. It will be listed here. I already have it equipped guys, so we're fine for that. Guys, we're going to confirm settings and get into it. Alright guys, so as I did mention a little bit earlier, there are 5 different heists that we can complete from the apartment. They are the Fleece Job, the Prison Break, the Humane Labs Raid, Series A Funding, and the Pacific Standard Job. Well, now you know what they all are, guys. We're going to go through. I'm going to tell you exactly how much they cost for the host to set them up, and basically what the payout is at the end of the heist. Now, the Fleece Job cost for the leader to start is $11.5 thousand. So guys, this one is not going to break the bank. Now, depending on what mode you play the heist on, they pay out different amounts, but I'm going to say for everyone that we're going to just do the hard mode. Guys, it gives you more money They are a little bit harder. You don't get team lives. So guys, it's really up to you if you want to go for an easier mode, but hard is the best way to go if you want the best money. You might die a few times at the start, but once you actually learn the heist, guys, they get pretty easy. There's no surprises, so you should be alright. Now to fleece a job, as I said before, it costs 11,500 to start up, and the hard payout is $1,430,000, so quite a nice profit there. Of course, you're going to split that with the other players in your heist, but the host ends up getting about 60 grand. Alright guys, after that we're moving over to the prison break heist, which me and many other players will tell you it's actually the hardest of all the 5. Now, the cost for the leader to start it is 40 grand, not too bad, but the hard payout is $500,000, so it's actually rather quite decent. Alright guys, after you've pulled your hair out from dying multiple times at the prison break heist, you know, you feel successful, you've completed it, it's time to move on to the Humane Labs raid. Now, the cost for the leader to start it is $54,000, and the hard payout is an amazing $675,000, guys. That's a big payout right there. Alright, so we're moving over to the 4th heist now. This one is really easy, guys. It's Series A funding. The cost to start up is 40 grand, and the hard payout is actually less than the previous one. It's just over $500,000 again. Now guys, of course, this one's actually not really worth doing after you complete it the first time. It's just as hard as the Humane Lab raid, but it just doesn't pay out much money. Alright, and finally guys, we've made it to the gem, the grand old big heist, the Pacific Standard job. Now the cost for the leader is $100,000. It is rather expensive, but that really powers the comparison of what the hard payout is. Guys, if you successfully complete this heist, the hard payout is $1.25 million. That's right guys, now you can really see how you make money doing the heists. Now I must say that after you complete the heist, you do have to wait a whole day before you can complete that heist again as a host. But say if you complete it and the same day you want to do the heist again, if you have a friend that's also up to the Pacific Standard job, you can partake in that one as well. Alright guys, so I've told you how much money you can get for completing the heists on hard mode for every single heist. Now I've gone and done a little calculation to see how much money you're going to make after you've completed all 5 heists at least once. Now this is assuming that you take 60% off the first heist and 40% off all the other 4 heists. So from the first heist you're going to get $86,000, from the second you're going to get $200,000, from the third heist you're going to get $2,750,000, from the second one you're going to get another $200,000, and finally for the Pacific Standard job, guys, you're going to get $500,000. So after you total this all together, guys, you're going to be sitting on just over $1.258 million. Now that sounds pretty awesome, doesn't it guys? But I've got even better news for you. There are challenges or achievements in game that you can complete while doing the heists to make even more money. Now the first one we're going to be talking about is the first time challenge. Complete the final mission of a heist on any difficulty for the first time, and this rewards you with $100,000. So what you can actually do is if you complete every heist in the order, each time you complete the heist, Grand Theft Auto Online is going to give you $100,000. So you do all 5 heists, that's going to equal $500,000. Now that's pretty good, isn't it? It is, but it gets better. The next achievement is all in order. You play every heist, including setup missions, in order. Now what this does is it actually gives you a whopping $1 million, guys. So you complete these 2 challenges together, you do all the heists from 1 till the end, and you get an extra $1.5 million, guys. This is crazy. So let's go ahead and total the money that we received from actually completing the heists, plus the bonus challenges that we completed. So we're starting off with the money that we got from the heists. We got the $1.258 million. We're adding on the $1.5 million, guys. And for doing 5 heists, we're at a total of $2.758 million, guys. Now, as you can really see, this is the best way to make a heap of cash. Early days, in your Grand Theft Auto Online experience. Now, there are actually two more challenges that we're going to talk about, but they are a little bit more tricky. The first one is the loyalty challenge. This one we need to complete every heist, including set up missions in order. Now guys, this is great if you have a team of people dedicated to log on every week or for as long as you need in order to complete this challenge. That's why I haven't included it in this list, because it's not going to work for everybody. Now guys, the second challenge is Criminal Mastermind. And to complete this guys, we actually get $10 million. And for the loyalty challenge, you get $1 million. So I highly recommend trying to do that. Now guys, the Criminal Mastermind, $10 million. I mean, that's just insane, right? But the challenge is insane. Complete all heists, including the setup missions, in order with the same team members on hard difficulty with no deaths. So guys, basically you have to do every heist that you've done up to this point without dying, and if you die, you have to go all the way back to the first mission on Fleecer and work your way through again. Guys, it's really fun to do, it's a really good challenge, but it's not for everybody. But guys, if you want to make that $10 million, this might be the best way to do that. But that is a whole nother video for another time. Alright guys, now in conjunction with this series, I am also doing a single player variant. If you guys don't have friends to play with, or you just play more than what they do, or you don't want to rely on other people doing a heist, I am going to have a guide coming out for you exactly what to do and make a heap of money. Now I do highly suggest that you do actually complete these heists for the first time, as it does give you a large chunk of money, and if you never want to complete them again, that is fine. Alright gamers, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, leave it a like. If you found it helpful, please consider subscribing, hit that notification, as it really helps out a small channel like mine. Guys, I'm going to continue to keep bringing these videos out for you, so you guys can continue to make more and more money in different ways on Grand Theft Auto Online. Thanks gamers, we'll see you in the next one.